What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry B, inviting you to join myself, Colin Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here at IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head prime-time face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it.
What is going on, everyone out there in the podcast world? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, back again with a special Wednesday edition of the IE Elite Wrestling Show. What is going on? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, live here on Spreaker.com. If you're listening live, thank you very much. If you're listening on the downloads later on all of our podcasting platforms, including Spotify, YouTube, if you're listening on the YouTube download after the show has been recorded already, or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, I thank you. This is your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. So, what is going on, guys? I survived my first night working for the Fort Worth Police Department. 4th of July night. It was my first night working that. It was exciting. Let's say that. That's the best way I could put it. Time went by very quickly because it just kept coming and coming and coming. So that is why I wasn't able to do a show yesterday on my normally scheduled day, because I was there from midnight to 4 a.m. Tuesday morning. Came home and basically slept all day, and then had to go back at 8 o'clock last night. So that is why you are listening to me live here on a Wednesday. So I just wanted to keep you guys, bring you guys up to speed on that. That's why I will return on my normally scheduled day in 2 weeks. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up now at the beginning of the show in 2 weeks, because this upcoming week I will be going on vacation with my family, the wife, my little son Xavier, and the rest of my family, my father, my sisters, my niece and nephew, my cousins, grandma, aunts and uncles. It's going to be a big family vacation. So I will return to y'all in 2 weeks with another new episode of the IE Elite Wrestling Show after this one. So I do apologize, guys, that I'll be gone, but I gotta have some time to decompress and just enjoy family time when I can. But I appreciate all the love and support that the show has been getting from the IE Sports Radio crew and family, and all the listeners that have been listening live and retweeting. I do really appreciate that. And shout out to Taryn Rodriguez in the chat room. I do appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not a police officer. I do work for the communications department, so I take 911 calls for the police department. So I'm the first line, is how they describe it. You know, we're the first line to getting people the help that they need. So it was interesting. It's been rewarding experience having this job. I really do enjoy what I do. I feel like I have a career now. that is shaping up to be quite the amazing journey for my life here. And it's been a benefit for my family as well. So just a little bit of my personal life, just throwing it out there. I feel like I can, share little bits and pieces here and there with the crew. So I just wanted to get that out there to my listeners. Let's jump right in. I actually want to get started with if anyone out there is listening to the show is also an avid video game player like myself as well. That's what I do in my downtime besides watching wrestling and reading comics and watching movies, is playing video games. And I wanted to give you guys a review last week, but I was unable to because it hadn't released yet for the Nintendo Switch, but it released the next day after the show aired, and I was actually able to play a little bit. Actually, this whole week I've been kind of immersed in it, in the new first ever AEW video game, AEW Fight Forever. So I just wanted to give my non-biased, completely 100% opinion, in my opinion only, review of the video game. I give it a solid, I would give it a solid 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It is very fun. It is the intent of the video game, as described by AEW EVP Kenny Omega, was that this was supposed to harken back to the quote-unquote golden age of professional wrestling video games, which if anyone out there that's listening ever owned a Nintendo 64, it would be the WCW NWO Revenge, WWF WrestleMania 2000, and the highly regarded WWF No Mercy. Those games are legendary. Those games are still fun to play to this day. I actually have a Nintendo 64, and WCW NWO Revenge is among the titles that I own, and I love plugging that thing up and still playing it to this day. It's easy. It's almost like I never forgot how to play those type of games. And AEW Fight Forever pretty much sets you up for that. As soon as I picked it up and played it, it was really easy. The controls were super easy to learn, especially for the Switch, because I'm not used to having a wrestling game on the Nintendo Switch. So this is the first of its kind, especially after the dumpster fire that was WWE 2K18, which is the last time a wrestling game was ported to the Switch. It was just full of bugs, and it lagged. It didn't keep up with the other consoles that it came out for. So there hasn't been a Switch release for WWE games, as far as I know. I haven't seen one anyway, but it is a whole lot of fun. I will say that I have been having a lot of fun playing it. I will say that the Road to Elite mode, which is their version of the career mode, is a little repetitive. I've already played through it once as Kenny Omega, and I'm playing through it again as Cody Rhodes. Yes, Cody Rhodes is still in the video game, even though he is currently a WWE superstar. But Kenny Omega announced that early on in the development of the game, that even though Cody was no longer with the company, he was technically a founding father of the company. And so he felt, out of respect for Cody, that Cody should still be included in the video game, since he was such a high part of the growth and the development of All Elite Wrestling as a company, which, fair is fair. I will agree with that statement. So Cody Rhodes is still in the video game, which is so funny to see. So I have WWE 2K23, which includes Cody Rhodes, and you have Cody Rhodes in the new AEW Fight Forever video game. So I don't know. It's just funny to me to see that. But anyway, the Road to Elite mode is a little repetitive. I will say that. The creative modes of the game, create a wrestler and create an arena are lacking. I will say that. That's a little disappointing. They're lacking in the amount that you can do, the depth that you can create wrestlers, and the type of modes and arenas that you can create. It's very limited, which I hope they intend to grow on as the game progresses, because this game is intended to be a one-time release, apparently, that just gets updated with new DLC, with new updates and whatnot. As far as the gameplay, like I stated, the gameplay is very easy. It is very reminiscent of the old school N64 wrestling games, and they do have a very interesting mode in the game. You get to play the barbed wire explosive death match, which is one of the match options that they have for you, where the ring literally blows up while you're wrestling, and when wrestlers get thrown into the barbed wire ropes, they start bleeding all over the mat, and it electrocutes them. That's actually really fun. I enjoy that. That playing that part of the game. CM Punk is a playable character in the game. Bryan Danielson is playable. And if you're not a fan of Aubrey Edwards, who is that god-awful female referee in AEW, you could spend time whooping her ass because she's a playable character as well. And respect to AEW for including the late, great Owen Hart as a playable character, and the late, great Mr. Brody Lee as a playable character in the video game as well. So for AEW Fight Forever, my review, I would say if you're a wrestling fan and you're looking for something different, something easy to pick up, something that you could play with your kids, that they would have fun playing with, I would say pick up AEW Fight Forever. I'd say it's a buy. I would purchase it. Like if I was listening to this review myself, not knowing that it was me saying it, as confusing as that may sound, I would purchase the video game. It's fun. It's a different change of pace from 2K23, which is more simulation-based, which is still fun. I love the 2K games. But if you want something that's more arcadey style, to harkens back to the old school video games of your adolescence, then I would say go ahead and pick up AEW Fight Forever. And that is my review of AEW's first video game release. Let's jump into some wrestling news, guys. How about this awesome tidbit here to share? This past weekend in London, in England, Guinness World Records presented WWE superstar Natalya, the niece of Bret the Hitman Hart and daughter of the late great Jim the Anvil Neidhart, with 6 world record certificates backstage at Money in the Bank this past Saturday. She has been presented with these records. Most WWE matches for a female, 1,514 matches in her career as a WWE superstar. Most WWE career wins as a female, 663 victories. Most WWE premium live event appearances / pay-per-view appearances, 75 for a female athlete. Most WWE WrestleMania appearances for a female, she has 8 appearances at WrestleMania under her belt. Most WWE Raw matches at 174 matches on Monday nights. And most WWE SmackDown matches at 200 SmackDown matches in her career. Congratulations to Natalya. She will be forever etched in stone in the Guinness Book of World Records until someone breaks that record, which I don't know if anyone has the longevity or the type of career that Natalya has had or can compare to that. So kudos to Natalya. That's very awesome. Natalya's always been one of my favorites. I know a lot of people are kind of jaded on her, but I feel like she's always been a good hand. Not to mention, she comes from one of the most famous wrestling families in the world, the Hart wrestling family. So I would say congratulations to Natalya for breaking Guinness Book of World Records. That's awesome. I got a report here that I found on WrestlingAttitude.com. It actually comes from a report that was written on Better Wrestling Experience that the WWE's Chief Content Officer Triple H is reportedly looking to sign new talents to the WWE. Apparently, Triple H has met with a bunch of unnamed wrestlers over the weekend that he's trying to sign to contracts. It wasn't clear if Triple H met with talents so that they could send feelers out to some of their friends on the indies and other promotions, or if he met with international or UK talents while in London this weekend. However, it was noted that the weekend meetings apparently went well, and that WWE officials are trying not to miss out on acquiring certain wrestlers again. Recent reports from Fightful Select have mentioned an ongoing hiring freeze in WWE, but multiple sources have said that there is no truth to those reports. So maybe we will see some new faces coming to the WWE, whether on the main roster of Raw and SmackDown or down at the Performance Center with NXT. So I guess just keep an eye on that, guys, and we will see. WWE superstar Drew Gulak has opened his own wrestling academy, will be opening his own wrestling academy in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania next month. And he has already announced the head trainers for that academy. Philadelphia, of course, will be the site of next year's WrestleMania, the Big 4-0 WrestleMania 40. The newest professional wrestling training facility is going to be called Catchpoint. It's set to officially open its doors in August 2023 in Philadelphia. Catchpoint Philadelphia, founded by WWE superstar Drew Gulak, is accepting professional wrestlers of all skill levels to attend classes Monday through Thursday starting in August. Classes will be offered in small group settings and cater to all professional wrestling experience levels, from beginners to seasoned veterans. Instructors will include resident coaches like Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. This is interesting. AEW wrestlers and member of the Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta, and WWE superstar himself, Drew Gulak, along with many special guest coaches. With each coach offering their unique experience, style, and practice, Catchpoint Philadelphia will customize training to meet wrestlers where they are in their professional wrestling journey. Safety, inclusivity, and professionalism will all be at the forefront of Catchpoint to ensure a supportive and fun environment so attendees can remain focused on what's most important, stepping up their wrestling game. With more than 40-plus years of experience collectively amongst the coaching roster, Drew Gulak looks forward to growing the sport from the heart of his hometown in Philadelphia. That is incredible. That's congratulations to Drew Gulak opening up his own wrestling academy next month. Catchpoint Philadelphia. If you're looking to get into the sport of professional wrestling, or you already have been wrestling and you're just needing some fine-tuning, what better way than to get some fine-tuning up in Philadelphia, the home of Extreme. ECW, of course, was the home in Philadelphia, was the home of ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, back in the day. And now it is the home of next year's WrestleMania, and you can get tutelage from two superstars who are on television right now for two separate companies, Wheeler Yuta in AEW, and then you got Drew Gulak, the head and owner of the Academy for WWE. Some cool news coming out of Japan this morning at Independence Day, Day 2. For the first time ever, he has done it. He has won a championship, and he has done so in Japan. The Mad King AEW wrestler Eddie Kingston is the new NJPW Strong Openweight Champion after defeating Bullet Club member Kenta for the title. I watched a video of him defeating Kenta, and you could see the emotion, the genuine emotion on the face of Eddie Kingston, who has always talked about in interviews and in promos that he is a huge fan of the Japanese wrestling style. That's what he grew up on. That's what he dreamed about, was wrestling in Japan. And he has finally done something that he has long dreamed about since his childhood. He won a championship for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not only that, he did it in the famed Corrigan Hall in Tokyo, Japan. That is awesome. Congratulations to Eddie Kingston on becoming the new NJPW Strong Openweight Champion. And Eddie Kingston, of course, will be returning to NJPW not very long from now to compete in his first ever G1 Climax tournament. So congratulations to him. And also from the female wrestling promotion Stardom, Julia is the new NJPW Strong Women's Champion by defeating the first ever champion Willow Nightingale, also this morning at NJPW Independence Day, Day 2. So congratulations to both of them on winning championships at Corrigan Hall. That's awesome. Congratulations to them both. This coming Saturday, a huge match that we have not seen in 18 years. They're going to run it back. You do not want to miss it. This Saturday night on TNT at AEW Saturday Night Collision. 18 years since their last one-on-one match. It will be in the semifinal match of the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament. It will be CM Punk going one-on-one with the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. Famously, I've talked about this before here on the podcast, Samoa Joe and CM Punk have one of the most storied rivalries in professional wrestling history from the early 2000s during Ring of Honor's basically inception. They had 3 matches, I believe, if not all 3 of them, with 60 minutes plus. These guys put on these are the matches that put Punk and Joe on the map. That's basically from here is where you got Punk heading to WWE and Samoa Joe going on to TNA, now known as Impact Wrestling. And these guys have not had a match or cross paths since that time in Ring of Honor. Finally, AEW is going to be presenting this match live this Saturday at AEW's Saturday Night Collision. If you want to see a reigniting of an old feud, you definitely do not want to pass this up to see this match. That's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central on TNT this Saturday night. AEW Saturday Night Collision, Joe versus Punk 4 in the Owen Hart men's tournament in a semifinal match. Really, really excited to see that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I got some news about one Ronda Rousey, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Currently is, I will get into it here shortly, but what went down at Money in the Bank during her women's tag team title match with her partner Shayna Baszler and their opponents Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez has led to led to a feud between Rousey and Baszler, and which will, I believe, culminate in a match, which is apparently, if you believe Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer newsletter. I know I'm very critical of Dave because a lot of the shit he says is just nonsense, but apparently this will be Ronda Rousey's final match in the company. Apparently she has given WWE a hard out. I heard that this was supposed to happen at WrestleMania, but time was taken away from her because she had a broken arm, and I believe she's just ready to get out. I mean, she never really had Rousey never really was ever had a love for professional wrestling like most do that actually get into it. I mean, she's made that very clear, especially if you follow her on social media and watch her YouTube channel where she blogs about it. She's very open about not really having, she's developed a respect for it, but she never was one to grow up, a passionate fan like some people have. But apparently Rousey is on her way out, and there's already speculation from fans because of Amanda Nunes's recent retirement from MMA that Rousey's thinking about going back to the UFC because Nunes is no longer there, which, I guess anything's possible, but that just seems kind of ridiculous, actually, at this point. I don't think Rousey's has another run in the UFC under her belt. Will it create a huge buzz and possibly a huge paycheck for her? Possibly, but I feel like she could tarnish her legacy in MMA more so, and I feel like it just would not end well for her. But that's just my opinion. I mean, other people could have a difference in opinion on that, but that's just how I feel. But apparently we will be seeing the final days of Rowdy Ronda Rousey in the WWE, possibly ending at SummerSlam in Detroit against Shayna Baszler at Ford Field. So take it with a grain of salt. If it's true, just enjoy her while you can on a WWE screen. If it is true that Ronda Rousey is on her way out of the company, if you are a fan of hers. All right, guys. We're going to take a quick little break here. Let's listen to a little cut from one of our other shows here, and then I will be back with my review of WWE's Money in the Bank, which just took place this past Saturday, July 1st. And man, was it a hell of a show. What a great, great pay-per-view event it was. And I cannot wait to discuss the main event with you guys here shortly. We'll be back in just a moment.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What is up, guys? We are back live on the IE Elite Wrestling Show podcast, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. If you're just tuning in, it's your boy, the SoCal Saint, and I went over a little bit of some wrestling news. If you missed it, Natalya earned 6 Guinness Book of World Records for her tenure and career as a WWE superstar. So congratulations to her. I reviewed the new the AEW Fight Forever video game. And we just had a little bit of tidbits of wrestling news. So I just wanted to give a shout, everybody that's listening live, thank you again. I should have said this at the top of the hour, but please, if you don't already, follow me on the Twitter at IE Elite Pod. That's at IE Elite Pod. That is my Twitter handle. Also, please follow IE Sports Radio at IE Sports Radio, and that is the hub for all of our shows, where you'll find all the links to all the shows that are on our network. And if that's like too much for you to handle, if it's not, check out iesportsradio.com, where you'll find blog postings, forums. Join us. There's actually a shop where you can purchase items. And it has all of our shows and past episodes if you missed them. And and it has little bios for everybody's who's a part of the family on IE Sports Radio. So just check it out, guys. So, this past Saturday night in London, England, at the O2 Arena, it was WWE's Money in the Bank. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of tidbit here about how awesome and successful of a weekend this was for the WWE. What a big, huge, successful weekend. SmackDown the night before and Money in the Bank itself grossed over $5.4 million for the company. Huge gate. Apparently, Money in the Bank itself was the largest gate for the WWE in that market at a non-WrestleMania event. Viewership has increased by 17% compared to last year's record, attracting a larger audience. The event generated the highest gross for venue merchandise history, indicating strong fan engagement. The highly anticipated Bloodline Civil War storyline garnered an impressive 40 million plus social media views within just 48 hours, showcasing its immense popularity. And numbers do not lie, guys. Numbers do not lie. And if it's great television, if it's interesting, if it just sucks you in and grips you and just it's compelling television, it's gonna keep you sitting on the couch, tuned in no matter what. And that is what WWE has been doing for the last 7, 8, even longer, since like last summer. This has been going on. The storyline with the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and his family. This has been the most interesting, most episodic television they have done in quite some time. It is fantastic. It keeps me glued. I cannot give it more higher praise than I already have on these past episodes of my show. So let's jump right in to Money in the Bank. The results: it was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match to kick off the event, and my pick was definitely the most over man in that match. As soon as his music hit, LA Knight came out to a tremendous pop, Attitude Era type pop, man. He got a huge reaction from the crowd. The crowd was all in on LA Knight. And the most heat definitely went to Logan Paul. Man, the boos just rained down on this poor guy. But I mean, that shows you that he's fantastic in his role. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. All 7 men in this match really pulled their weight and did a hell of a job. What a great opening match. Damian Priest, which I did not see coming. I really did not think he was going to get the briefcase. I honestly thought it was either going to go to LA Knight, which was my pick, or Logan Paul, which was, I felt like, that would have been typical WWE booking. But in a huge swerve, Damian Priest of the Judgment Day was the victor. And he is now Senor Money in the Bank. Damian Priest is the Money in the Bank briefcase holder for the men's title. He could cash it in on either the World Heavyweight Championship or the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, whichever he chooses in a year's time. And in the next match, I kind of touched on this a little while ago with my discussion about Ronda Rousey. It was a tag team title match for the WWE Undisputed Women's Tag Team titles. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Rowdy Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to become the new undisputed WWE Women's Tag Team Champions after Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda Rousey mid-match, choking her out, leaving her prone to be pinned by Liv Morgan to win for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to become champions once again. And it looks like, from that, it looks like that's what we're gearing towards. Baszler versus Rousey at SummerSlam in Detroit at Ford Field. And I didn't even I should have mentioned this when I was talking about the men's match, but there was a big and nasty spot in that match between it was Logan Paul and Ricochet. It looked like they went for a Spanish fly from the top rope through 2 tables on the outside of the ring, and it was just nasty the way it felt. I thought Logan had landed on his head, but he really landed right on his face, like his face hit the table. I mean, they went through the table. It was just nasty the way it looked. But you can see that Ricochet was protecting Logan. Ricochet is a professional, and apparently, based on their interactions during that match, because they had a lot of interactions between one another, and they famously had that viral moment this past Royal Rumble in January, where the two of them leaped from either side of the ring from the top rope, springboarded into each other into a giant cross-body block in the middle of the ring over everyone in the ring. If you haven't seen that, look it up. Look up Logan, just type in Logan Paul, Ricochet, Royal Rumble, and you'll see what I'm talking about, how impressive a moment that was. It definitely went viral, so to speak. So apparently, what the working idea is, apparently, starting this coming Monday, following Monday on Raw, they're supposed to go not one-on-one in a match, but they're going to meet head-to-head, face-to-face. Ricochet, this past Monday, called out Logan Paul to return to Monday Night Raw, and the working idea, apparently, is that Logan Paul will go one-on-one with Ricochet at SummerSlam, which I feel is a huge, huge get for Ricochet. This is awesome. Ricochet is definitely one of the most talented professional wrestlers of the modern era. I feel like he hasn't been getting the type of... he's a good hand, so to speak. I feel like that's what they've always looked at him as. But I feel like he could do so much more for the company. He's very popular with the crowd. The crowd loves Ricochet. They have since day one, since he stepped into the company. He's a great babyface. And what a great babyface needs is a great heel. And you got Logan Paul for that. And I feel like these guys could have one of the best matches on the SummerSlam card. So the working idea is to see Ricochet and Logan Paul at SummerSlam and Ford Field, which is great for Ricochet. I feel like he deserves it. He deserves a feud to showcase his skills, and hopefully it could take him to another level and he can actually be used more so in storylines than just as a wrestler to put out there to have a great match on television. I feel like it's time for him to be able to do more for the company than just put on great matches. In the next match, we had Gunther retaining the Intercontinental Championship against Matt Riddle by chokeout. Gunther was celebrating in the ring, and then all of a sudden, we got the unexpected return of the Scottish psychopath himself, Drew McIntyre, to another huge ovation from the crowd. He hit Gunther with a huge headbutt to the side of the face, and then got him with the Claymore kick to the face. Their feud is being reignited, and I believe we're headed to SummerSlam. Once again, it's like, man, WWE's just planting them seeds, man. Just planting them seeds. It looks like the SummerSlam card has already been made with a lot of the way that these matches ended at Money in the Bank. So apparently the working idea for this match, I feel like I'm repeating myself, is going to be Gunther and Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental title and at SummerSlam in Detroit. After the match, we had Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, going one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And Cody Rhodes, of course, was victorious over Dirty Dominic. That is his new moniker now, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And Cody Rhodes was victorious at Money in the Bank. The following night on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins was in the middle of the ring talking about what his next challenge for the world title would be. Out comes Cody, but then out of nowhere comes the next big thing, the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar, but Cody was waiting. Cody was smart. He was waiting, and he actually thwarted the attack of Brock Lesnar, and it looks like we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar 3 at SummerSlam, the rubber match. Cody has a victory over Brock. Brock has a victory over Cody. This is the tiebreaker, and it will take place at SummerSlam and at Ford Field. Hopefully, this match will be given some sort of stipulation. I heard rumors going around that Cody and Brock pitched a dog collar match, but apparently that was turned down. So I don't know what kind of match they will be given. Hopefully, they'll be giving something. That it has to be something. It can't just be a regular match once again like the first two were. They got to give them something. Give them like either a cage match or give them like a last man standing match, a false count anywhere match. Something with higher stakes has to be given for this feud to meet its end. But it will culminate in a third match at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and my pick was Selena Vega. I really wanted to see her win the briefcase, but I was just as happy with the person that did win. Io Sky of Damage Control defeated Bayley, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, Zelina Vega, and Zoe Stark to win the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. She is now Miss Money in the Bank. And the way she did so was actually really comical. I liked it. The fans loved it. Becky and Bayley were battling each other on the ladder. They fell down the rungs of the ladder. Somehow Bayley got herself a pair of handcuffs. Io Sky came in. They looked like to help Bayley, but what she ended up doing was handcuffing Bayley and Becky Lynch to each other with their arms through the rungs so they couldn't move from the ladder, and Io climbed over them and grabbed the briefcase. So Io Sky is now Miss Money in the Bank. I feel like the babyface turn and culmination push for Io Sky is definitely in the works after that huge reaction she got at Backlash in Puerto Rico when she went one-on-one with Bianca Belair. I feel like Damage Control, especially with Dakota Kai being out with injury, the seeds have already been planted for Bayley and Io to turn on one another, or for Bayley to turn on Io. Regardless of how it goes, I feel like Damage Control is not long for this world, and Io will be getting a monster push as a babyface on the SmackDown brand. In the semi-main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins defeated Finn Balor to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. It was an awesome match. They went 12 minutes and 30 seconds. They could have went longer if given the chance. It was a great match between the two of them. a lot of callbacks to their first encounter for the Universal title all those years ago. And then you had the senior Money in the Bank himself, Damian Priest, saunter out to the ring, which led to a distraction to Finn Balor, which caused him to lose this match. And I feel like they're planting seeds with some dissension in the Judgment Day, especially what took place this past Monday night on Raw, where Seth Rollins was wrestling Dominic Mysterio, and out came Damian Priest attacking Seth Rollins. It looked like Damian was about to cash in, briefcase in hand, after powerbombing Seth through the announce table. He threw Seth into the ring. He was headed to cash in, and then out of nowhere comes Finn Balor, stopping his momentum, beating up on Seth, and Damian and Finn were having words with one another as Seth Rollins was able to escape with his world title intact. I don't know what is going on with the Judgment Day. I don't know what they're planning on doing, if they're planning on turning Priest face and him getting kicked out of the group, or Finn being kicked out of the group, but they're already sowing the seeds of dissension in the Judgment Day. And this was the main event. This is what I really wanted to spend my time talking about here. The Bloodline Civil War Tag Team match. I heard rumors leading up to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view that there was going to be something shocking was going to take place at this pay-per-view. I honestly thought the shocking rumor was going to pertain to Logan Paul winning the briefcase, because I would have been shocked, not so much as in like, oh my god, really? More like in a, oh damn, really? You know, like it was more like an expected shock. But this right here was not what I was expecting. This was the shocking moment of the night. This had me almost jumping up and down out of my seat at work because I was watching it in between calls at work. The Usos, yes, the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso defeated Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns in the Bloodline Civil War Tag Team match. Not only that, this is why the clip has gone viral with more than 40 plus million views in 48 hours, because Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, pinned Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the man who has not been pinned or submitted since December of 2019, has suffered his first loss in 3 years. He took the pin. Jey Uso coming off the top rope with an Uso splash. 1, 2, 3, and the crowd went fucking nuts. I went nuts. Everyone at home had to be going nuts. It showcased that the God himself, the man who says that he is in God mode, greatness on a different level, God mode himself is infallible. It showed the world that Roman Reigns is mortal. The tribal chief is mortal. The head of the table is mortal. He has suffered his first loss since 2019, ladies and gentlemen. 2019, December 2019 was the last time that man was pinned. Until now, until July 1st, 2023. Scratch that. Jey Uso has done it. Jey Uso has pinned his cousin. The undisputed Universal Champion has been pinned. It was incredible. The crowd just went completely fucking nuts. That British crowd was singing along to the Usos song, Down Since. Day one-ish, they've been down since. Day one-ish, they've been down since. Day one-ish, light them all up, knock them down like this. Yeah! Usos? Man, what a just incredible ending to a match, to an incredible match. What a fantastic story that continues to play out. Man, I am just amazed at just how fucking awesome this storyline has been, continues to be, and will continue on to be. And I feel like we're headed towards what potentially could be the main event of SummerSlam. Main event Jey Uso challenging the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. I mean, what else could there be? It has to be that. If it's not that, I don't know what it is. It definitely shouldn't be another tag team rematch. It's got to be Jay and Roman one-on-one for the title once again. Roman doing the honors for his cousin. Just incredible. Just an incredible match. Just an incredible ending to an incredible pay-per-view. From top to bottom, this pay-per-view was solid. Solid. Each match was solid. Each match told a story. Each match was given some sort of indication that we're leading into something different, which is what you need to do. You got to end something and build towards the next event. And that's what WWE is so great about doing, and they have been for the last 6-7 months, maybe longer. This has been almost like a renaissance, if you will, for the WWE, man. Their television has never been watched more any time period since the Attitude Era. I feel their ratings are up, their viewership is up, their revenue is up. The talent that they have under contract is fucking phenomenal. They're putting on fucking awesome matches night in, night out. You have one of the most compelling storylines on television today with the Bloodline, and it will continue. Because via social media, just I believe it was this past Monday night, via the Usos official, actually it was yesterday that they posted this, via the Usos official Twitter page, this was written. This Friday night at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, this Friday night, live on Fox, live on SmackDown, we're putting the Tribal Chief on trial. After all this time, it's tribal court. The trial of the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Hashtag the real ones. That's the official announcement, and it has been posted on WWE's official social media pages and WWE.com. This coming Friday night will be the tribal court, the trial of the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. I cannot wait. This is definitely going to be must-see television. This coming Friday night on SmackDown, you do not want to miss this Friday night on Fox. SmackDown, the trial of the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. I am just stunned, and I'm just so excited for this storyline to continue and to play out. I really, really look forward to seeing what takes place this coming Friday at the world's most famous arena on SmackDown. And there you have it, guys. That's my review of what took place at Money in the Bank. It was definitely a pay-per-view that if you missed it, you definitely gave yourself a disservice. If there's any way for you to sign up for Peacock, it's only $5.99 a month, or $4.99 a month, depending on which if you're Premium or Premium Plus, whichever one you subscribe to. So that's $5 a month or $6 a month. That's a difference of $1, guys. And you get WWE pay-per-views, premium live events included in the package. You can't beat that, guys. We'll be right back with my send-off. Let's listen to one of our other platforms here on IE Sports Radio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy Dantarius Lava.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That give you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint. I just wanted to to say thank you again for tuning in to this special Wednesday edition of the IE Elite Wrestling Show. I enjoy every time I get to do the show for all the people who do listen, whether it's one person or how many ever listen to it live, or if you're listening on the download. I'm grateful for everyone who just takes their time out and listens to the show. It shows me that you have a passion for professional wrestling like I do, and you appreciate, just listening to someone talk about the same passion that we share. I really do appreciate it. I'm so grateful and blessed to be still podcasting with IU Sports Radio. And guys, I will be back, like I stated at the beginning of the show, in 2 weeks' time when my vacation is over. I am so ready to just get away and enjoy time with my son, my wife, and the rest of my family, and not really think about work or anything else, really. Just going to have some peace of mind for a nice long week. With that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the IE Elite Wrestling Show, because I enjoyed doing it for you. This has been the IE Elite Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. And I cannot wait. This Saturday, I'll be posting on Twitter. So you guys, if you're following me at IE Elite Pod, that's at IE Elite Pod, or at IE Sports Radio is the main hub for all of our shows. I'll also be tagging them in my post as well. I'm going to be going to the Gold Cup quarterfinals. Viva la Mexico! Mexico has made it into the quarterfinals, and they will be live at AT&T Stadium, the Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. I am so excited. My dad is super pumped. He's going to get to see his national team playing live. I can't wait to see who they're playing against. I'll have to check the brackets and see if that's already been announced or not, but I will be posting live from the Cowboy Stadium. That's my first day of my vacation, is headed to the Gold Cup quarterfinals of football to see Team Mexico in the quarterfinals. I'm really excited. My dad is super pumped, and I'm so excited because of his excitement. So, guys, it's been an awesome time. I will check y'all in 2 weeks. Take care, stay blessed, stay healthy, and I will see y'all very, very soon. Peace.